Okay, we're on air, we're live. Okay. I'd like to introduce Giles Deacon, fashion designer, who's very kindly given up his time today to come and talk to people from around the UK who've got questions about getting into the fashion industry and about demystifying the whole industry.
Don't do it.
So we're going to start very swiftly with go straight to Jade in Nottingham.
Hi.
Hi, Jade.
Hiya.
First question.
As a second year student, I'm like starting out into my third year project pretty soon. What's the best advice you can give for like the whole like final collection, big, like
what are you doing? Menswear, womenswear?
Womenswear.
Well, I think the thing that you've got to get, you've got a small amount of kind of looks as such for that you've got to make, I presume.
Yeah. 6.
For your final collection as such, and I think just to try and make it as I know it always sounds really obvious, but to make it as personal to you as possible. Have a bit of a thought in mind of potentially what areas you'd like to go and work. Is it high street or high end or whichever that kind of really interests you. But to make it really personal and to have some fun with it as well, Jay. That's the thing with it. And that's what's going to come across to people when you kind of take your portfolio and things, and when they kind of look at the collections when they're presented. It's to see that thing that makes it personal and interesting and kind of exciting and to be as technically done as well as possible. I think if you manage to straddle all of those elements, you'll be hopefully getting somewhere that pleases you and is of interest to everybody externally.
Yeah, thank you.
That's all right, love. Good luck.
Thanks.
Right. Now we're going to go to Lois in South Wales. And Lois, can we have your first question?
Yeah, hi Giles, it's nice to speak
to
there. You.
How's Wales?
Yeah, it's
all right.
A bit rainy. A bit rainy. So my question is, what made you choose to work with big fashion houses before starting your own label, and did this choice affect on your own personal career, or did it influence your designs and thinking at all?
Well, wow. Let's start with that. Well, when I was at college, there was like certain contemporaries of mine, like Hussein Jalayan and Lee McQueen and people, they just wanted to set up their own businesses straight away, do their own collections. I just didn't want to do that at all. I kind of wanted to get experience in as many different areas as possible, hopefully waste someone else's money before I started wasting my own on their collections. And just to kind of, I wanted to I'd not lived and worked anywhere abroad before, and I wanted to do that. And at this, me showing my age here, this was long before the world of internet. You used to have to go to Paris and leave your portfolios physically, not a virtual one, and we'll leave it in a studio, and then you pick it up at the end of the day, and if you're lucky, you get called back for an appointment to meet the kind of bureau de style. And I just wanted to say get as much experience as possible, and it kind of worked out for me that I did work in London and then worked for Debenhams doing like a really mental like middle-aged menswear range for a bit, and it's that I think really gives you a good kind of broad knowledge and vocabulary from a design perspective of understanding of how to do things in lots of different work environments and different studios, different and different markets as well, and all of that's been really good. So I think in the way in which it's kind of informed by designing, I think as a designer you should be able to design something great at a high street costs right through to doing a really brilliant couture thing, and that's what we do within kind of my label. We're very happy to do both and all of those areas.
Oh yeah, that's brilliant.
If that's answered the question.
Yeah. Thanks. Thank you.
Sorry, so should we go back to Palvinder then, Denise?
Yeah, lovely. Palvinder.
Hi, you create product for the luxury market and for the high street. What's most challenging, creating for a select few or for the masses?
Well, do you know what? I kind of like to put the same amount of effort from a kind of creative and kind of thought process into both. You know, they're both equally important to me, and I think you've got to, you know, do your best work in each area, and they of course have their own specific challenges. But I think, you know, that each are equally important. You know, that's what I like about it, is to, you know, to make great product that can be, you know, kind of accepted very easily from a mass perspective, but also the kind of more, you know, kind of couture pieces that we do.
Okay, going to go to Adam in Llangollen.
Hello, Adam.
Hi, George. You all right?
Good. How are you?
Good, thank you. I interned with you in 2012, and
You did.
I graduated from Manchester School of Art last year with a BA in fashion.
Well done.
I'm trying to do my own thing now, and I'm just worried about the lack of attention that non-London graduates get.
Yeah. Are you finding that?
Yeah, sort of press-wise and being featured in, I don't know, Dazed or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm just a bit worried, yeah.
I mean, I don't have a magazine, so I don't really know
Yeah.
the ins and outs of doing that. I mean, it's always been difficult, and it's never easy. I mean, you know as well as me, the competition is so fierce, and with so many graduates and so many good graduates as well. You know, it's not easy, I'll guarantee it. But I think the thing that you've got to do is to not give up, and just to keep on pushing and doing your thing, and targeting the people who are relevant for you and your work, and to just kind of keep on trying to build those relationships. You know, it can take years sometimes. You know, and it's nothing, you know, not down to your talent at all. It's just that you've just got to be really pushy in a nice way, and kind of really just keep on and believe in yourself, and just getting people to see your work. That's the. I mean, it's not. I know it's not easy at all, but I do. You know, I know there's a lot of thought that you know, people are only interested in London-based graduates, but from my level, it's not the case at all. We actively look for, you know, kind of a lot more out of London students, and, you know, kind of within the vetting process are really specific about that. And it's, you know, I know it's difficult, but you've got to keep on pushing.
Yeah, cool. Thank you.
Okay. We're going to go to Edward in Manchester. Edward makes handbags and accessories.
In an oversaturated market and internet, and sometimes with minimal budgets, what would you say is the best way to get noticed as an emerging brand?
I would recommend that you. It's kind of a bit back to Jade's question in a way, just to be as specific and as clear as what you're about as possible. You know, and it's just, what is the thing that makes your product world unique, that someone is going to take notice for. It's not necessarily like the biggest, maddest, loudest thing, but just something that makes it really, really specific. Is it about the type of work, or your materials, you know, or the kind of scale? You know, I don't know, whatever it is, but it's just keeping that really precise focus of what is important to you, fulfills you from a kind of a creative level, and from a commercial perspective, and you know, and the things that are going to be of interest to someone. It can be quiet things as well. It's just having, you know, it can be subtle things sometimes, but it's just that thing that's a bit different, and kind of it's just really specific, and I kind of think it's increasingly so that you kind of know where you want to go with it as well. Historically, it used to be much more so that you've got a nice idea and a nice aesthetic, you could get away with bloody murder with it. Whereas, unfortunately, now with everything being so precise and instant, you've got you know, your bigger picture has to be really organised as well. Whereas we used to be able to cobble it together as you went along a bit more years ago.